Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, cyber-diggity dogs from all over the world, and welcome to the most professional streamer on Twitch, the most prog-divisional Minecrafter on the face of the planet, Rendog. What's happening, babies? Well, this is embarrassing. Got killed in the preparation part of the stream. I usually spend the first 5 minutes of our streams preparing for the stream. And, yeah, that was good. I don't even know if we can get back. Boop. I mean, we're back at spawn, people. I got nothing. No elytra, no nothing. Oh my goodness. Outrageous. Welcome, friends, family, and everybody in between, to another evening of streaming with me, Rendog. Hope you guys are all doing well today, man. We are going to be spending this evening out at our Mushroom Industrial Zone, doing some industrial work out there. Do I even have another elytra, is the question. Okay, we have another elytra. And we have another pickaxe here, so that's good. Yeah, we've got a rocket box, we've got some giga fuel. So we're good. We're good. We should be able to get back in one piece now. Excellent. Oh, you know what? I even think we've got some food in here. This is why you want to have a coloring system for your nether chest. Nether chest? Ender chest. So that when and if you die, and you will die in Minecraft, you can recharge nice and quickly, right? You have everything that you need at your disposal. Should probably get some ender pearls here too. Just in case. Ender pearls always useful. There we go. Okay, that should be able to get us back to Gigacorp Island in one piece. Although this is a rather painful beginning to the stream. So, yay! How's everybody out there doing, guys? I see you hitting the level 2 hype trains right off the bat to kick things off. Also, by the way, I am outraged by what has occurred to the King's statue. I mean, look at this. It's a disgrace. I mean, it's a super cool model of me. I really like it. Zombie dog, Ren. Still outrageous, though. Look at this. There's grey hair in the hair. I mean, you know, I got some grey hair, but it's you don't have to put it in my Minecraft statue. Outrageous. You're supposed to be forever young in Minecraft. Isn't that why we played this game? Because we're always 10 years old in Minecraft. Doesn't matter how old you get. You're always 10 in Minecraft. Who has... How dare? How dare? Anyway. Welcome back to a brand new week, guys. The final day of January it is. Can you believe it? Kinda crazy that the first month of 2023 is done. In the bag, done and dusted. Do not pass begin, it's all over. Good news for us that live in England, of course. End of winter is slowly but surely getting here. The weather's starting to improve a little bit, which is great. Looking forward to spring. Which is... Spring and autumn are my favorite seasons. Summer is my least favorite season. It's why I moved out here to England from South Africa, because the sun and the heat kills me, man. I needed to live somewhere cold, but not too cold. England's kind of perfect. It's kind of in the middle. So yeah, last day of January, friends. Insanity, right? Also, I've got some really exciting news. Very exciting news for us here on Twitch. This year, I am planning to do a revamp of our Twitch channel. I want to redo all the branding and the emotes and all of that stuff, right? It's been a while since we spent a little bit of love on our Twitch channel. We've had the same emotes, the same look and feel and everything for a while now. And I'd like to upgrade the place a little bit. You know, dust it off a bit, add some fresh new curtains up and around here, my friends. Ooh, tasty. By the way, the Chihuahua's not joining us this evening. He's on the couch watching BBC One. He's very, very comfy on the couch. To be fair, I did put a blanket over him, so he is in pure comfort mode right now. But yes, I do plan on doing a bit of a revamp for us here on Twitch, guys. I've had the most awesome idea for emotes ever, okay? And I got to give you a bit of a history of this so that you can understand where I'm coming from. Before I do that, though, let me just read out some notifications here, man. Incurious, 10 months in a row. Thank you, Inky. Welcome back. James Dreamer, main man, what's happening, baby? 78-month OG in the house, friends. Can we get some OG love? We don't have an OG emote, but we should do, right? I'm just going to type OG in the chat, right? James, one of the very few subscribers in the 70s, and has been with me for a very, very long time. So, James, as always, thank you so much, man. Tier 3 support, too. One of our very few Tier 3 subscribers on this channel. So, big loves over to the beautiful James Drew. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Ultimate Wager is here with a gifted sub too. Thank you, Ultimate. That's very kind of you. Thank you, guys. Oh, by the way, look what I've been doing today, friends. Oh, yes. Last stream, we were wrangling villagers, weren't we? This stream... Oh, I got to go get my stuff. Over the last couple of days, I've been working on the next Hermitcraft episode. Unfortunately, I was hoping to get the episode finished today. I did unfortunately run out of time, though. So the stream is a little bit ahead of the videos. So you guys are getting an exclusive preview right now. We're a little bit ahead of the videos here. But as you can see, we just get the Gigabug out. I did make a massive villager elevator and yoinked all of the villagers up into the sky. And this is going to make it much easier for us to put the villagers into our iron farm. So if you're new around here, we're going to be building a really cool iron golem farm here. And we're going to be using villagers to spawn golems. And instead of moving the villagers from the ground up into the farm, we're going to drop the villagers from above into the farm. And that was suggested to be by loads of comments on my last episode. And by Doc, actually. Doc also suggested that to me. Do you have something to say for yourself? You're the one that killed me and wrecked the introduction of my stream. You made me look unprogressive, dude. Yeah, I'm looking at you, you brainless idiot. Jeez. Yeah, I should probably set spawn out here. Because let's face it, there's probably another death coming today at some point. You know, just a derp death. There we go. Respawn has been set. Okay, so, dudes, what was I saying? Oh, jeez, I'm completely lost. Oh, yes, I was reading out some notifications. Princess is back at it with the 39 months. Almost OG, baby. Welcome back, Princess. So great to have you here again. Hey, Ren, hope you're having an awesome day. I am. Thank you, Princess. We got Ropebird here also with a 12-month, 1 year in the belly, my friend. Happy to catch the stream today, Ren. By the way, have you ever thought about bringing back the Hermitcraft Wrestling Federation? Oh, definitely. We got to do that in a season, though, right? That's got to be like a season thing, you know? I want to make it like a really big deal. So I'm not sure if we'll do it this season, maybe next season. We'll see what it goes. But we'll definitely have another wrestling federation at some point. That was so much fun. Just the Haze, 2 months in a row. What's happening, Hazy? And Jubilant Poet very quickly also approaching OG status up in here with a 32-month resub. Buddy, did you manage to die in the few minutes before I showed up? Yes, I did. Yeah. I ender-pearled into a golem. Let's not talk about it. Your cat Ninja says hi. Hey, Ninja. Yeah, that's an awesome name for a cat. Dude's level 3 hype trade. Thank you, everybody. That was no doubt powered by Hanana, dropping 5 gifted subarinos on the community. Thank you, Hanana. Love your face as always. Hanana up there this month with most generous sub-gifter. In fact, number 3 on the leaderboard there. Thank you so much for all the support, Hanana. As always, very much appreciate you, baby. Real Gar is here also with the 42 months. Hey, Real Gar, what's happening, baby? 42 months, dude. Sheesh. The answer is life, the universe, and everything. Yes. 100%. It's not 42, though, is it? Wally West of the Earth, too, with a brand new subscriber. Brand new sub in the house, guys. You love seeing the new subs coming in, man. Thank you, Wally. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much, man, for kicking things off today, guys, on a level 3 hype train, man. Very, very kind of you. Speaking of hype trains, dudes, yes, I was talking about revamping the stream. Oh, I have had an amazing idea. Okay, so, I'm not sure how many of you guys watch Zombie Cleo's streams, but as I always say, and I sound like a broken record at this point, I firmly believe that my beautiful friend Cleo has the best emote on Twitch. She has this emote of like zombie hands that are moving, and it kind of looks like the hands are coming out of the earth, right? And when a whole bunch of viewers drop the hands, it looks like a bunch of zombies like coming out of a graveyard or something. Yo, yeah, there we go. Come on, thank you, dudes. If you got the hands, throw them. Let the people see, man. Look at those hands. They're so cool, right? And the animated ones are really awesome. And I was super inspired. I saw these hands like a couple of months ago, and when I saw these hands, I was like, okay, I have to redo my emotes, because these are the most awesome emotes. You know, they look amazing. They're just so simple, so perfect, so twitchy, so zombie Cleo-y, and I love them. They're fantastic. So I have been racking my brain every morning when I've been walking Obi. I've been trying to think about emotes. I've been trying to think of something that can tie the room together around here, right? Like, the reason the hands are so sweet is because they're Zombie Cleo's hands, right? They're the zombie horde. They're the zombie Cleo. I mean, it's just perfect in every way. Is that not the most perfect emote that you can imagine, right? The emote ties so brilliantly to the creator, so brilliantly to the community. It's just, mwah. French chef kiss. Beautiful. So I was thinking to myself, what if we have, like, what could we use to bring us all together, right? In an emote form. And the first thing that I started to think about was, okay, well, I guess we could use dogs, you know, like Rendog and that sort of stuff, and the cyber dogs and whatnot, and that's pretty cool. Maybe we will do that at some point, but I think for the rest of the season of Hermitcraft 9, I want to continue to push the GigaCorp storyline. I want to bring GigaCorp alive in the Gigaverse, right? I want GigaCorp to be a thing that is really a part of our identity. And so I had this really sweet epiphany while I was walking Obi. By the way, little A minor, that is a ridiculously generous gift. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs to the community. That is a lot. And guys, if you do get a gifted sub, please, big thank you in the chat. Thank you so very much, A minor. That is so kind of you. Thank you, thank you. We've also got Sippy Gamer here with a brand new sub, using your Prime on me. I very much appreciate that, Sippy. And yeah, I already called you out, Wally. Thank you so much, guys. I love to see the new subscribers in the house, man. Thank you, guys. So, dudes, check it out, right? I've had this awesome idea. So, GigaCorp is our thing for Season 9, right? GigaCorp being the ultimate corporation of the Gigaverse, right? So, in our lore, GigaCorp is the Amazon of the entire universe. It has taken over every business, and it can deliver to every corner of the Minecraft universe. And we are just employees of GigaCorp, right? And that made me think, okay, so what if here on stream, we are GigaCorp employees? And what if we all work in the GigaCorp factory, right? And in the factory, we've got different levels of employees, of course. So perhaps the viewers of the stream are just the, are like in packaging. And maybe the subscribers of the stream are in quality control, and the moderators are in quality control. Maybe the subscribers are in logistics, whatever, right? We can work out all of the positions at some point. But here's the key point regarding the emotes, guys. If we're in a factory, right, we can tie this whole room together with emotes from a factory. Okay, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna have to draw this. Let's get MS Paint out. Let's get janky up in here, friends. Let me try and explain to you exactly what I mean. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Right, so we're in a factory, and what if we have an emote? Whoopsie. What if we have a theme for emotes that is something like this? Right, check it out. Let's see if you guys can figure out if you guys can pick up what I'm putting down here, man. Right? So, this is the main theme. The zombie Cleo hands, if you will, right? And perhaps there is something that looks a little something like this. And let's just delete some stuff here. And perhaps, just maybe, our emotes are something like this, right? This looks terrible and actually doesn't look like anything right now. Maybe try and make it look a little bit better. Something like this. Oh, geez. Wow, my MS Paint skills are awful, are they not? Anybody figured out what this is yet? This is a conveyor belt, right? So, can you imagine if all of our emotes are modules in a factory, right? So perhaps this module is a conveyor belt that is delivering a heart, right? So if you imagine the emote, right? The emote for heart, right? So emote heart will be a conveyor belt with the little heart that moves from left to right. Okay? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down here? Right? Next one. Check it out. Next one. So now you can imagine putting the emotes next to each other, right? You know how you can make like chains of emotes? Maybe this emote is, I don't know, you know, facepalm. Or whatever, right? So basically what you guys can do as the viewer, right? And here's the genius bit. You can create production lines of emotes. So it's an emote production line, right? And maybe what we could do here is they don't all have to be conveyor belts, right? Like maybe one of them, maybe this one, for example, whoops, let's go gray, or let's go black maybe. Maybe one of them could be like a crane, right? You know, or like a claw or something that's holding an emote of some kind, right? Like maybe this emote is holding like subscribe or new sub or whatever, right? See what I'm picking? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down here? So, as the viewer, you can build a production line using the emotes. You could build a gigacore production line. How sweet is this? This is awesome. Now, the only problem is that I still need to figure out exactly what the products are, right? So essentially, think about it this way. It is a production line, right, that is delivering gigacore products. The gigacore products are emotes, basically. And if we can do this in a really clever way, you guys will be able to build like really awesome production lines with like lots of cool stuff. We could be really, really clever with this. I need to put a lot of thinking into this, but I also need to find an artist who's going to be able to do this, because I want these to be animated, right? Like I want these conveyor belts to be animated. Like I want the stuff to move. I want everything to move here. So, you know, I need to find an artist and I need to figure out what the actual, what the emotes are going to be. My amazing Gigacorp team is working on helping me come up with the emotes, and my Twitch moderators are also working hard coming up with some amazing ideas for the emotes too. And hopefully I can find myself an artist out there who'll be able to bring this to life. I'm currently looking at a bunch of different artists. I've got a few artists that are trying. I'm going to be really picky this time around. Like I want the emotes to be perfect. So I'm going to try and find the perfect artist for us. You know, we might go through a couple of artists until we find the right one. But That's what we're going to be doing, man. We're going to be upgrading everything. And I think we'll also upgrade all of the other overlays and everything. We'll try and make I want to make the stream feel like we're in a factory, right? That's the vibe that I want to go for. That we're in a Gigacorp factory. So I think that's going to be awesome. That's going to be super awesome. If any of you guys know of an artist who you think might be able to really bring that concept to life, please do let me know somehow on put them in touch with me on Twitch, on Twitter, or something like that. I'd love to start a conversation with somebody who knows what they're doing. And like I said, I'm already working with a few others in the community already, but the more we can get involved, the better, because then we can really make sure we get it really, really, really good this year. So that's awesome. Now we are back on the island, guys. I was gonna do some villager work with you guys today, but like I say, I'm a little bit ahead of my video. I didn't manage to finish the video today, so we're a bit ahead of schedule here on stream. So I think what we're going to do today instead is just a bit of infrastructure work around the island. And one thing that we need to do, we've built like the new platforms where we're going to be building new machines on, but we need to get the scaffolding built, right? We need to get this work done. Like, this isn't going to build itself. And, it looks so cool. I just love the way this has that sort of industrial factory vibe to it. I want to get that going on all of these platforms. And this is like fairly simple work to do here. We just need to make sure we have all the resources for it. Before I got killed by my own golem at the start of the stream, I've been collecting some deep slate here, so we should be good to go on this project. Hananel says, does this mean uniform merch is coming? Definitely. We spoke about this last stream too. I want to make us some proper Gigacorp employee merchandise. Really, like, high quality, comfortable cotton polo shirts, with like your Gigacorp division on it, right? So if you're a Redstoner, you could get the Gigacorp Redstone division employee shirt, right? And it'll just be it will literally be like a Walmart employee shirt, right? It's going to be so cool, man. It's going to look awesome. Awesome. So that's the plan for today, guys. We better get started because we do have quite a lot to do out here. I've got a couple of things that we might get to today also. But for now, just want to hang out with you guys and do a little bit of crafting, if that's okay. And I probably want to sort out all of my inventory and whatnot here too. Things have been taking a battering this week from all of this villager tower crafting. Did some cool stuff in the episode though. Hopefully I'm going to try and get that episode out tomorrow, so you guys can see the progress that I made there. But yeah, had a lot of fun putting the last episode together. I spoke last stream about trying to slow down with progress in an episode. So instead of doing like an entire mega build in one episode, I'm trying to stretch it out. Like last year, I would have just built the whole iron farm in a single episode. And you guys would have, missed all the build up to it. And I don't want to do that this year. I want you guys to come along for the ride every step of the way. It's so much more satisfying, right? If you guys start at the beginning of a project and we go through the trials and tribulations together. And it's so much more satisfying for you as a viewer to see it come together after, all the struggles that we have to go through to make it happen. So I had to control myself this week, and as soon as I got the villagers up there, I was like, okay, time to make the iron farm. But then I had to stop myself. So I kind of lost a bit of momentum in video production today because I just sort of trapped myself in that way. But it's okay. It's all good, man. It's all good. I'll be able to finish it tomorrow morning, I think. By the way, while I was going on and on and on over there, we have Zack Attack back in the house with a 32 month. Zack Attack, dude, you are approaching OG status there, my friend. What's happening, baby? Thank you so much for the half a stack of support, man. Appreciate you. We got SaturnBot here, also loads of biddies directly to the face hole, Saturn. Obi's on the couch with his tea, enjoying the BBC One like an old man. Maybe you've influenced him a little too much. Kidding, you're only 7. Yeah, well, he's definitely learned from his papa what channel to watch. Thank you, Saturn. That's very generous of you. Jam Ken, 7 months in a row, and Star 274 with the 18-month arenos. Double Twitch babies, baby. A crate of Obi Dog treats on a conveyor in the Gigacorp colors. Yes! I need loads of ideas for emotes, guys. What are we going to put on the Gigacorp conveyors, right? It doesn't have to be like the normal stuff, like hearts and hype and all that like normal stream stuff. Let's make it interesting. Let's like put other like weird stuff on it, I think. Also, Yi Yi is here again with another 10 gifted subs to the community. Yi, you've been so generous to me this month. Thank you so very much for all the support, and thank you so much for hooking up some of the Gigacorp employees with a brand new a brand new access card, right? Oh, dudes, it's coming together. So if you're a subscriber, you've got an access card to the industrial estate. What do you guys call it in America? In England, you know, if you work on an industrial estate, right, you need like an access card to get into it. Yeah, maybe that's what subscribers have. They have access cards or something, right? That'd be pretty awesome. Thank you, Yi. I see you, my friend. Thank you, thank you. A Bri on the belt says Star Chips. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Okay, so dudes, let's get to it, right? Let's get cracking here. So we're going to build this scaffolding around our other platforms here. And we just got to figure out what blocks we need here. Well, it looks like we're going to need just some deep slate variants. A lot of deep slate variants. But that doesn't look too bad to do, actually. And you know what? We should probably load up on the deep slates here. Let's just fill the inventory. And this way we can just crack on. Not worry too much about it. So first thing I think we'll need is some of the bricks. The deep slate tiles, excuse me. So let's make a couple stacks of deep slate tiles. Maybe like 3. And we need the deep slate tile walls. Looks like we need more deep slate tile walls than deep slate tiles though. So let's do that many. Maybe even more though, right? Yeah, deep slate tile actually gets used quite a lot. So let's go, I don't know, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then looks like polished deep slate stairs, loads of them. So probably, you know, a good 5 stacks of these bad boys. Whoops. We also need just some of the blocks, which we've already got. We've got a couple stacks of those already. And last but not least, it looks like... wait a minute. Let's have a quick squiz over here. What are these things over here? Okay, so this is like slabs, right? These are polished slabs, it looks like it. So, I think we need a few of these. And probably... let's make some of these bad boys. And we'll yoink these into slabs. And that'll be a good start, right? I think it's pretty simple stuff to begin with. We just need to do like a layer. Let's have a look at this design. Yeah, so it's like a layer of polished slabs and tile slabs. And once that's all the way around the perimeter, then we can actually work on what comes down. And because it's all modular and, you know, and symmetrical, once we get the pattern down and in the memory, we'll be able to just churn through this. Nice, quick, fast, and in a hurry, friends. So let's get going here, man. We're going to start with the polished deep slate slabs first, I think. Awesome. Yo, Atsakabi, tier 1, a brand new sub in the house. My friend, thank you so very much. And welcome, welcome, welcome. My goodness, that's almost 5 new subs today, which is hardly ever happens around here. So thank you very much, Atsakabi. Appreciate you, dude. Welcome, welcome. River Plasma. Speaking of the OGs in the house, man. You know what? We got to have like an OG call every time an OG arrives, right? There we go. Boom. OG in the house. River Plasma's here with the 51-month resub. Hey, River. What's up, man? What's up? And thanks again to everybody for the bombs today, man. Appreciate it, guys. But yeah, dudes, how's everybody going, man? I hope you guys are having a great start to your week. I'm doing okay. Started the week off pretty well. And with a lot of nice momentum, you know, coming off the back of last week, I really got stuck into getting back into YouTube and Twitch. And we did a stream last week. I released an episode, released a short, and keeping that momentum up this week, which is great. You know, just trying to get the engine going properly this year. It's been a bit of a slow start for me to get the engine started. Have you guys felt the same way? I feel like this year has taken me a little bit longer to get going. But I'm definitely in the grind zone, though, at the moment. I can feel it now, you know? Like, I wake up in the morning, wake up at about 6:30 in the morning, and I just want to get to my computer, and I just want to start playing. And I just want to start making videos. So I've got there in the end, but it's taken a while for me to get there. And I had such a lovely holiday in Canada with my family that, you know, it's taken me a while to adapt to real life once again. But here we are on the grind and super excited about what we're doing. You know, I've been looking forward to getting out here on our industrial island. We've been spending a lot of time. We spent most of the end of last year or half of last year doing other stuff, right? Being the king of the server and going to empires, and didn't really have a chance to work on our own stuff last year that much. So excited to start this year off focusing on our own work for a little bit. And, you know, this is Hermitcraft. You never know what's coming around the corner. But while we've got a moment to breathe, I'm excited to be working on our own projects here a bit. Daniel with the 4 months in a row. Hey, Daniel, welcome back. And Daniel hitting us up with a yay. Yay, yay indeed, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, being a king is hard, man. You don't need me to tell you. Lots of responsibility, man. But yeah, other than that, things have been going all right. The weather's starting to get a lot better here today, which is really great. And starting to enjoy my my dog walks a little bit more. It's not so cold anymore, and you know, the ground is thawing, and you know, the leaves are starting to change, and it's starting to look good around here. Peng says no more create. Oh, you know what? I've been trying to find a spot for us to get create in. I'm still like sort of sorting out my content schedule at the moment, and you know, it's been a while since we really focused on Hermitcraft properly. So I just want to make sure that you know, our Hermitcraft is up and running, and the Hermitcraft engine is really kicking in and flowing before I start doing other stuff again. But I certainly, you know, I think we will get back to a create at some point, because I was really enjoying that series with you guys. I know you guys were enjoying it too. So we'll see. Maybe we'll make it, you know, a once a week sort of stream. But for now, just want to get my Hermitcraft engine up and running, I think. Fifi says, got to go get dinner. All right, man, have a great dinner. You'll be back in half an hour. Nice. Well, we'll still be here. We're not going anywhere tonight. We're chilling, man. We've got lots of work to do around here. Manor of Zero, almost an OG, my friend. Thank you so much for the 40 months. That's like mini OG, right? Mini OG. Although, I suppose we probably need to define what OG is. I think like OG... for me, is anybody over 50, I think, right? If you've been around for 50 months, that means you've been through most of the Rendog trials and tribulations. You've been around since, what's 50 divided by 12? Yeah, you've been around basically since season 4-ish. No, a little bit later than that, right? 6 years. Oh, I don't even know, man. You've been around a long time. You've been through the ups and the downs. So I think that's what qualifies you as an OG. I think 50 is OG. Singh says, quickly, opinion on toast. Oh, dude, I love toast. I mean, who doesn't love toast, man? Is toast not like one of humanity's greatest inventions? Surely it is. By the way, we are churning through Deep Slate here, and we've just made 2 layers of slabbage, man. These platforms, they're massive. I feel like I overdid it on the platform size, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, it's 4 years. Okay, whoops, my bad. Well, you've been around since sort of season 6 then, I suppose. C21 sipping on a cup of tea? Nice! Speaking of OGs, my friends, there is an OG who has just arrived. It is the beautiful, wonderful K Mingo from the Modern Night team. Hey, K, how's it going, baby? K says, good afternoon. Here's to 63 more months of Twitch shenanigans. Oh, my goodness. If we can get another 63 months going, K, I will be delighted. And I'm I'm going to do my best to make that happen. MC Leslie with a gifted sub to Old Man. Hey, Old Man, what's happening? We got some serious Cyberdog bosses in the house tonight, guys. The factory heads, man. Heads of the factory are all up in here. Old Man, of course, being one of the heads of the creative department of Gigacorp. Hey, Old Man, how you doing, baby? How you doing? Love to you and you and yours. Louis Electo with the biddies here. Haven't been on your streams in a while, but I'm back for at least tonight. Tear face. Also doing good old self-care checks. Remember to drink some water, eat some food, and take your medication. All right. You heard the man or lady. Everybody. And I shall be taking a sip of my beverage. Thank you, Lewis. Louis? Is it Louis? Wait, haven't we been through this already? Jeez. Peanut Gallery is here with a 48-month resub, but pretty sure, PG, you've been around much longer than that, right? OG in the house, guys. Peanut Gallery with the 48-month, but more like 80-month resub. Hey, PG, love your face, baby. All nuts. Necessary breaks have robbed me of OG hood. I'm a season 4 joiner. Hermitron forever. We know, PG, okay? We know you're an OG. Big shout out to the mods in chat too, guys. I see you all. Hey, Foxy, what's happening, baby? Nice to see you. And, wait, where are the mods that I saw? You know, PG's here, Annabomb Banana's here, K's here. Thank you, guys. Thanks to the mods for hanging out. Did I see multiple mean in the house also? Summer's here too. Hey, Summer. And, man, some red and purple TVs in the house, friends. Oh! Now, the real question is, we were talking about turning our stream into a Gigacorp factory aesthetic. Whew, what happens to the televisions, guys? Eee. This is like always a streamer's most difficult choice to make when they redo their Twitch channels. Like, what do you do with your subscriber badges, right? Because people really treasure their subscriber badges, and especially the OGs that have been in the house for ages. I mean, we've changed our subscriber badges, I think, I want to say 3 times. 70 plus OGs, it's 3 times, right? I think our first badges were like coins, or like Minecraft. They were Minecraft things, maybe ingots. And then our second, and only you super OGs will remember this. Our second subscriber badges was bacon, right? You guys were called bacons. I can't remember now why you were called bacons. Oh yeah, because we had a nuclear bomb that went off when somebody subscribed. So when you subscribed, you got toasted into bacon, basically. Oh, it was cogs, Anna. That's right. That's right. They were cogs, weren't they? Yeah, and it was like copper, silver, gold, diamond, cogs, something like that. Oh, you're suggesting cogs. I wonder if were our first emotes cogs though? That kind of rings a bell because our original logo was a cog also. I don't know, I can't remember now. That's a nice idea though. Cogs is pretty cool. Okay, let me try get the next pattern in the face here, guys. I think what I'm going to do is, it looks like we've just got a slab and then a fence and then a lantern. So maybe what we could do is just line these up here, right? And just start plonking these around here. Yeah, you guys were called bacons back in the day. And yeah, you know, so we haven't actually changed our subscriber badges too often, but I know the TVs have been around now for a very long time. I think we've had the TVs now for probably 6 years or so. And I'm not entirely sure how you OG subscribers will feel about us changing the TVs. And, you know, I do love the TVs too, right? The TVs are super awesome. So it will be quite difficult for me to change them, you know? I'm going to be a little bit sad to see the TV go. But, you know, change is important in life, guys. You can't always keep things the same. In fact, I think it's really important that in life you do change things up. And doesn't have to be very frequently, but I don't know. I kind of see life as going through phases, right? And my life in particular has gone through my life sort of goes through these weird 5-year cycles. Are any of you guys on the 5-year cycle like me? By the way, Mika Panda, 5-month resub, and we have another brand new subscriber in the house, C4R8. Dude, thank you, from the UK, baby. Yo, what's happening, UK? I'm in the UK also. I don't, unfortunately, I don't know any like hip and happening UK accents. You know, I can't do any urban UK accents. I can only do British aristocratic accent. So, C4R8, thank you so much for the Prime Submarino from the UK. And what? But yeah, my life goes through these weird like 5-year cycles, and I don't really plan for it to happen, but it just does happen, right? So for example, and maybe it's because I guess your education sort of cycles through about 5 years or so, right? So, you know, junior school was about 5 years, then senior school in South Africa. You know, in junior school, you're at junior school from the ages of like 7 to 12. And then senior school is like 12 to 18, you know, so it's kind of 5 years. And then university was like 18 to 23. I did 5 years at university because I failed a year. Whoops. I was a bit naughty in those days. We won't talk about it too much though. And then after I finished university, I lived in South Africa for about 4 to 5 years. Then I immigrated to England, and I lived in London with like a bunch of South Africans for 5 years. And then after 5 years, I moved into a place with my my girlfriend at the time. That didn't last very long though. That only lasted like a year. Things didn't go too well, as you OGs will know. So the next phase actually started. So this phase was like here, I suppose. You know. Well, I suppose, yeah, this was like a pretty quick phase. And then it took me about 5 years or so to recover from this. And then up until now has been a 5-year phase. Up until this day, today, has been another 5-year phase. And I feel like this year is the start of a new 5-year phase for me. I can just feel it in my bones. You know, I feel like things are going to change this year. And I'm ready for it, man. Like, change is good. Change is very good. By the way, how are we going to do this? And also, where have my icons gone? Okay, there we go. Okay, the way we're going to do this is... we are going to write down the x coordinates, right? So, x 4650 for this one. Then x 4642. So it's every, and we'll whisper this to ourselves. It's every 8 blocks, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Every 7th block. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so first one's on x4650, which is this line here. And now we can work it out from here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Haven't been counting this correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect symmetry. Oh, so satisfying. Arwin, brand new subscriber in the house. Thank you so very much, Arwin. Welcome to the Gigacorp factory. Please pick up your hard hat and your uniform, and get to the conveyor, get to the assembly line, man. We got stuff to make. Deirdre with the 2 months in a row, and I don't think it's actually Deirdre. It's like Deirdre. 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 Hi. Welcome back. Okay, so now we just got to work it out on this side too. Wait, someone asked an interesting question from Spronk. Schlonk. It's the slump. Do you prefer a South African summer Christmas or a British winter Christmas? Oh, it's an interesting question, because of course in South Africa, Christmas is in the summertime, so we have like a barbecue for Christmas. And in England, winter, Christmas is in winter time. Now, I think if Christmas in England was guaranteed snow every year, then I would actually prefer a snowy Christmas. But it actually doesn't really snow in England in December ever. And it's just cold, windy, and pretty dreary, to be honest, in December. It gets dark really quickly. So I don't know. I think I prefer South African. South African versus Canadian. I think I'd go for the Canadian because there's snow. But yeah, if it's going to be cold, GeoGirl, exactly. If it's going to be cold, at least let there be snow so that at least it's pretty. Not just cold. Right, let me just figure this one out, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. Oh, geez, my eyes are hurting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that should be it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. Professional. And that's looking good, guys. That's looking good, man. We're making some progress here. This isn't like exactly mind-bending work, but it's got to get done, right? Like, we want to make all of our platforms have this really cool scaffolding on it so that it matches with the Gigacorp vibes out here. And nobody else is going to make this happen. We have to do the hard work. So these blocks ain't going to place themselves. And I thought, this is kind of like a task that we can do on stream because we don't have to concentrate that much. And I can hang with you guys and chat with you guys a bit. Mrs. Blocks is here with the 300 biddies. Happy Tuesday. Love the latest video. Thank you, Mrs. Blocks. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, let me get this side sorted now too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, I lost count. My eyes. I can't see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm actually squinting right now, IRL. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The epitome of entertainment on Twitch. Counting. You saw it here first, my friends. The most professional streamer in the history. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I think I was trying to be clever. I might have confused myself. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 7, 6, 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Professional counter. You love to see it, guys. Especially someone my age, man. I'm 7 years old. And, the brain doesn't function as well as it used to. To be able to count like that is, I think, pretty impressive considering my age, if you ask me. Right, let's get the fences on top of these things. I don't even know what I've been talking about, man. I've forgotten. Oh, you know what I did think about today, though? Something that I wanted to perhaps start in our live streams. When I was in South Africa last year, when did I go? In April last year, I think. I wanted to make a video while I was out there, but unfortunately my laptop freaked out and I wasn't able to make a video. And my plan for the video was to just do some grinding, just some like caving or something, and then answer questions. A bit like the podcast episode that I made in December. But the content of that video was I wanted to answer questions from my fans, right? And so I went over to my Discord community and I asked them. I made a channel called Ask Ren Anything, and I don't know how many questions are in this channel, guys, but I think there might be 1,000. It's insane. They are so, and unfortunately I never got to make the video, right? So I have all of these unanswered questions, basically, that the beautiful Cyberdogs asked me in April last year that I never actually got to answer anywhere. And I thought maybe what we could do on stream is start making our way through some of those questions, because some of the questions are actually kind of interesting. And we do Q&As here on stream. I think like a lot of these questions are what you guys might ask me anyway. So, we might be able to hit two birds with one stone there. By the way, brand new subscriber in the house, guys, Foofy32. That's over 5 brand new subs today, which I think might be a record for 2023. I mean, honestly, this channel, the subscriber count of this channel is propped up by the incredible generosity of the sub bombers that continue to gift subs to the community month in and month out. Without the sub bombers, the numbers ain't going to be what they are today. And so when we see the new subscribers coming in, we get real happy, man, because it doesn't happen that often. So thank you so very, very much to all the new subscribers today. And I think that's 5 today. Awesome. Welcome, Foofy. Love your name. That is an awesome name. Foofy says, it's taken me a while to catch you live. Nice to have you here. Yeah, last year we were sort of all over the place with the Twitch schedule. IRL has been a little bit rough for me the last couple of years. This year it is getting better and calming down, so I'm going to be able to be a lot more efficient and, what's the word? Consistent here on Twitch. And I think we're probably going to do most of our streams at this time. We might do an afternoon stream on the weekends, afternoon my time, I mean, which is approximately 6 or 7 hours before this stream. So sort of 7 hours ago. But yeah, hope to see you around here more, Foofy. So yeah, I've got this like insane list of questions, and I was reading over them today while I was prepping for the stream, and there's some actually really, really interesting ones. And I thought, man, why don't we like work our way through some of these questions, and we can almost turn the stream into a bit of a podcast vibe. But before we do that, let's just figure out these patterns here, guys. So it looks like we've got a solid wall of polished deep slate behind these brackets that we made, right? But at the same time, there is definitely something at the top there that we've got to take note of. So I'm just trying to think of like a pattern that we can repeat here. Like Minecraft builders, you'll know what I'm doing here, right? When you there's a build that you do that has a very consistent pattern to it, you sort of fall into a rhythm. And you can almost go into autopilot because you're doing exactly the same thing every time. And I think maybe we need to try and find that pattern here. I think what we're going to do is build up through the middle. Then it looks like we've got a stair. And a stair and a slab and a block, right? But I can't reach there, which is annoying. And I don't think I can reach there either. So we might have to... Looks like we need to build... Oh, we need to get these stairs too. We don't... Oh, these fences. It looks like we need to build this scaffolding here. Then we can add the top blocks into the top scaffolding. And then we can finish off the bottom scaffolding. So maybe what we do is we build up. Then we build this scaffolding. Then we finish the top. And then we finish the bottom. I think that's the rhythm that we can try and follow here. Speaking of gifted subs here, guys, Cezero, one of the most generous sub gifters on the channel, has once again delivered 5 fresh employees into the Gigacorp Corporation. Thank you very much, Cezero, for the shipment. And they are very much welcome, man. We've got a lot of work to do in the factory today. Conveyor belts, they be ticking over, man. They be whizzing away. We need to make them vehicles or something. Can't jump on the walls. Yeah, we're going to have to figure that out too. Okay, well, let's try and figure out a pattern here. You know what? We might even be able to do this in a better way, right? Like maybe we can build this. So we could... Let's see. It's going to start like this. Yeah, here we go. All we need to do is like make a few of these and then my brain will remember it eventually. Maybe we just have to build each segment from the bottom up, right? I think that's probably going to be the best way to do this. Then there's a solid block there, a solid block here, a fence there. It's 3 solid blocks in the middle bit. Then the fence. Then 3, oh yeah, then it's like an ET neck. So it's like 3 fences and an ET head. I'm kind of remembering how to do this pattern because we've done this before also. And I think maybe the last time we did this, this is exactly how we did it. And in fact, I think we can even do it like this. Yes. Boom, like a so. Then it's like this. And we forgot to do this on the other side, unfortunately. And this is where ender pearls become useful, right? Alright, I think I figured out how we do this. We just have to build like a few more of these so that it's in the actual brain hole, and then we can autopilot this. There we go. Is that correct? Yeah, nice. Okay, sweet. Now I just got to make that happen about, I don't know, how many of these are on each side of a module here? Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 4, which is 28? Gotta make 27 of these things? Okay. Ooh, this is where it gets tricky though, right? Because, how did I do... Okay, hold on. Let's just go around the corner. How did we do it when there was multiple levels? Okay, so we just... Underneath this block here, underneath this stair was a solid block, and then the pattern is repeated but reversed. Okay. So, with that in mind, it would be something like this, right? Hold on. Not like that. Probably have to, like, dig down here. Would have to be like that, right? Something like that, I think. I mean, we could also just cheat and fill this in with dirt. Which I think, you know what? That's what we're going to do. It's too late at night for me to concentrate on such intricate designing here, guys. I'd much rather hang out with you guys and perhaps answer some questions and whatnot. Let's just make this dirt. Let's not worry about this too much tonight. There we go. We'll just fill this in. Like nothing happened, man. You guys didn't see anything, alright? Don't tell the YouTube viewers. This never happened. It's totally fine and natural that the beacon is half buried anyway. It's supposed to be buried. You guys saw nothing. And actually, I think it needs to come up one more, doesn't it? Yes. Let's just do a bit of casual terraforming here, guys. Sorry, beacon. You're about to get buried. By the way, guys, the Prince of the Chihuahua Nation is not with us this evening. He is chilling on the couch in the TV room watching BBC One right now. He is not interested in hanging out with us tonight. How rude! But, you know, he's got his own little mind, and I can't make him do anything. He does whatever the heck he wants, man. He is the prince of this house. I'm just the butler, man. I just live here. You are a YouTube viewer? Okay. Well, close your eyes and pretend none of this happened. Alright, there we go. Okay, I think I've got the pattern in my brain, guys. Let me try and make this one. And I believe there's another solid block. Is there another solid block there? It's 3 solid blocks, right? Yeah, 3 solid blocks. Then E.T.'s head, E.T.'s neck. But we don't want to make the neck until the very end because we still need to make these thingamajingies too, right? So make these bad boys. That gets put in there. That's kind of like the top scaffolding. Then E.T.'s neck can come in. And then we can finish it off like so. Boom, boom, nice. Okay, I think we might be able to get one of these down to like a 1 minute production, right? Could probably whip one of these things out in a minute if I can just get the rhythm into my brain. It's 4 solid blocks. Oh, it is, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're right. It's 4 solid blocks. 1, 2. So this one's actually wrong, right? Both of these are wrong, actually. Yeah, that looks way better like that anyway. So 4 solid blocks in the middle. Okay, so we got to remember that. I think what we should probably do is get some polished deep slate down at ground level first for all of the pillars. And this way we have like a really good frame to work in, right? So each of these is like framed by the pillar. I think that's what we'll do here. There we go. Very, very nice. So, dudes, I was talking about this this community thread that I made on Discord, where I asked my fans to ask me any question that they wanted, and I got absolutely insane amounts of questions. Very, very awesome ones. And I tell you what, let's just every now and then we'll just pick a question from the list, and we can go ahead and just talk through it, right? There's some really, really interesting ones here. A lot of these questions, in fact, have been asked many times over the years. So, OGs, you will know the answers to these questions. And you've heard the answers a gazillion times, so apologies. But there are some new peeps in the house too, so good for them to also get the answers to some of these questions. First question on the list that I found very interesting. And in fact, it is the very first question that was posted after I posted the post. And this question was from MRP179 from the Dogcraft community. Rendog, what inspired you to make YouTube videos? You know what I'm going to do also? Every time I answer one of these questions, I'm going to hardy face the comment in Discord. Just so that I know which ones I've gone through. Or I'll add like, what emote should I add? I'll add like an OB emote, I think. OB heart, heart in mouth OB emote. That'll show me that I've done it. Okay, awesome. What inspired me to make Minecraft videos or YouTube videos? I don't know, man. You know, it's kind of a long story because it's a compulsion that began way before YouTube was even a thing. In fact, I have always had a desire to create something of my own. Even from a very, very early age, all I've ever wanted to do was do something of my own, right? So for example, one of the very first things that I did as a young kid, when I was about, about 10 or so, is I tried to write a book. I yoinked my mum had like an old typewriter from the 70s, you know, like one of those modern typewriters, but still a typewriter, you know, but it kind of looked a little bit like a computer. I yoinked my mum's typewriter and I tried to write a novel. And in fact, for many years, I would try and write books as a kid. I mean, they were just rubbish. Just 12-year-old books. I mean, the first book I wrote was about my brother and I going camping and being eaten by dinosaurs. And then I wrote like 4 sequels. And each sequel was the same story. My brother and I went camping. But in each book, we got eaten by a different dinosaur. Yeah, it was like a word processor, exactly. Something's wrong. Something is wrong here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or is it fine? No, it's fine. It's fine. Another example, and more relevant to YouTube and to content production, is that when my mum bought me my first radio, which I was probably about 9, it was a tape deck radio. A lot of you, most of you guys won't even know what a tape deck is. But all of you guys who are my age, you'll know what I'm talking about, right? You remember those tape deck radios? Where you could record onto a tape if you broke the cassette tape's like tab, and then if you held down the red record button and play at the same time, you could record onto a cassette. Like, it could be any cassette, right? If you broke the tab on the cassette. And this radio had like a little microphone on it. And one day my brother and I decided we were going to try and record a radio show, right? And that became a thing that my brother and I did for many, many, many years. Probably from the age of like 9 until 13, my brother and I would spend our holidays making a radio show. And it was a pretty good radio show, if you ask me. I mean, we had segments to it. So, for example, I remember one of the segments was Granny Myra's kitchen time or something. And we had a character called Granny Myra. And it was a granny, obviously. Something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong here, guys. And Granny Myra would come on in her segment of the show. She would give you like a recipe for a sandwich. I believe it was the recipe was for a sandwich. And you know, I would voice Granny Myra. You know, I'd be Granny Myra. Hello, kids. Welcome to Granny Myra's kitchen. And my brother and I made hours upon hours upon hours of like radio show tapes. Unfortunately, I've lost all of them now, which is really sad. They were all destroyed in a flood in my parents' garage many years ago. Very, very sad. Before I continue, though, guys, what happened here? Something's gone wrong here, right? Is it the spacing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am so confused. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, what? Oh, wait a minute. These are all wrong. They're all wrong. Every single one of them is wrong. On this one, the scaffolding is actually 1 block down. It's because I started the scaffolding 1 block too much down. Oh man, that is very annoying. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna clear away the dirt. And we're supposed to have started the scaffolding on this level here. We started the whole thing 1 block too high. Well, thank goodness we spotted this now. Or there would have been a lot of undoing going on off camera. I suppose what we want to do here also is we'll cover it up with dirt in the end, because it looks kind of cool, right? That the dirt's sort of gone over it. But for the construction side of it, let's get rid of the dirt so that we know exactly what we're working with here. So, anyway, yes. To answer the question, Rendog, what inspired me to make YouTube videos? My desire to make started from a very, very early age. I always just wanted to make something. My first huge desire was to write a book. And I really did try. In my early 20s, I did very, very much try to write a book. I did all the online courses. I read all of the correct literature, how to write a book correctly. I did all the practicing. You know, I did your typical novelist thing. I would go to work, and then after work, I would go sit in a Starbucks and write my novel. You know, I did it all. And I got to about the first like real book that I tried to write. I got to about 30,000 words, and it was horrendous. It was just absolutely, it was terrible. It was basically just a Harry Potter clone. You know, I got 30,000 words in, and one day I got to the Starbucks and I reviewed the previous chapter that I'd written, and I'd just written a chapter of Harry Potter with different names, and so I binned it, and I was like, no, we can't just remake something. I was, you know, at the time I was so inspired by Harry Potter. I thought it was such a well-written story, and I really liked it, and you know, I was very inspired by it, obviously. Then I went back to the drawing board and I really tried to work on another one. And I got something cooking. And I got to about 60,000 words or so. And actually, ironically, I was getting quite deep into that one when I started YouTube. And YouTube kind of took over my creativity desires. And I stopped writing the book. I still have that draft, which I'm hoping to get to at some point in my life. I'd love to really give it a go and try and finish it. But, you know, writing a novel is not a joke. It's certainly much harder than making YouTube videos, that's for sure. You got to go lock yourself away in a castle for like 6 months, you know, and just focus on the book. But maybe one day I'll do that. So that was the first like really, you know, creative endeavor that I tried to do. And what really got me into becoming a YouTuber, which I think is probably the same for most YouTubers, is I was watching a lot of YouTube at the time. It was about 2011, 2012. I was working at a dead-end job in London, really hating my life, going to work and just really not being very happy with how my life was turning out. Not because it was a bad job or I didn't like my colleagues. Like, it was a great job and my colleagues were wonderful. And I was very lucky to have worked in that job too. I worked in the music industry for a long time. I got to meet some of my heroes. I got to, you know, have dinner with some of my, like, favorite artists of all time. I mean, for example, I had dinner with the Deftones. Not that most of you know who the Deftones are because you're young, but for those of you guys from my neck of the woods, from my era, yeah, I had dinner with Chino. He had smoked salmon, and I had a steak. And we spoke about whether Deftones was a good record to follow White Pony. I mean, it was, you know, I was super lucky. I had a lot of awesome experiences in my working life. But I was never happy. I was not doing what I was born to do, which was to create something. That's what I was born to do. I was born to create something. And I used to watch YouTube at work. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I spent a good 3 or 4 hours watching YouTube, and I was an efficient worker. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't a lazy worker. I got into the office before everybody else did. I got all my work done before like midday, and then I would have a lot of free time in the afternoon, you know, other than meetings and things like that, to watch YouTube. And I used to watch. I started to get into gaming content because at the time YouTube was very much like just vlogging stuff. It was people with janky webcams basically telling you what they did on that day, you know? Be like, hey guys, today I went to the shops, then I cooked dinner, then I read a book, and now I'm gonna do my hair. See you in the next episode. You know, YouTube was like basically just a vlogosphere, basically. There wasn't really any other content on it. And then gaming content started to pop up. At the time, I remember people thinking that the gaming content was like super nerdy and niche. No one would ever get into it. You know, YouTube was for vlogs, not for gaming. Gaming was so different back then. Gaming was looked at almost in like a negative way on the internet, you know? It's not what it is today. You know, like streaming and YouTube like transformed gaming for the good. In the eyes of the public. There was never anything wrong with gaming, but you know, back in those days, gamers were kind of considered a little bit dirty, a little bit smelly. You know, you were covered in Dorito dust. You know, that sort of vibes. Some of which is true, but for the majority, you know, gamers, Minecrafters are just normal people like you and I, right? That enjoy doing something cool. Anyway. I wasn't really interested in the vlog stuff, so I would start looking on YouTube for like alternative content, right? And at the time, one of the bits of alternative content that started to do really well, of course, was this little game called Minecraft. And at the time, Minecraft was not really well known in the world. It was created by this weird Swedish dude in his mum's basement, and No one really thought it would go anywhere. It was kind of one of those like nerdy games that only like, programmers played. Like no one was really interested in it. But it started to develop like a really strong following on YouTube. And by the way, make no mistake, Minecraft is the world's biggest game of all time because of YouTube. Let me just be clear about that. Minecraft would not be what it is today if it was not for YouTube. YouTube is what made Minecraft what it is today. Because it was in those early days that Minecraft started to take over the alternative side of YouTube. It started to give gamers a place on YouTube that they could feel comfortable. And of course, because it's the best game ever created, even in those days, people started to see the magic of Minecraft on YouTube, and it all started to come together in one beautiful whirlwind, basically, of symbiosis, right? Where the Minecrafters like Etho and Dark and some of the early adopters were bringing Minecraft to the audience, and the audience was just falling in love with the creators and the game, all at the same time. It was like a perfect storm of amazingness. And I was there as a viewer. I was watching Etho, I was watching Doc, I was watching Yogscast, I was watching Syndicate, I was watching all of those early adopters. And one day, I was just watching this. And remember, my life was very much spent. When you're not doing what you want to do in your life, there's always like a shadow, right? For those of you guys who are maybe in that position right now, if you feel like you're not really doing what you really want to do in life right now, there's like a shadow in the background, right? It's not a bad shadow. It doesn't like negatively impact your life in any way, but it's just this thing in the back of your mind that every now and then reminds you, hey, you're not doing what you really want to do, By the way, before I continue, guys, thank you very much, Rob, for the biddies over there. Quick, publish How to Be a King before the other guy publishes his version. Thanks, Rob. Keyboard's feeling it with the biddies to you. Writing right now. You could, if you wanted, write down the Gigacorp storyline at some point. That's also true, Keyboard. Maybe one day, man. Sylvaner is also here with a 27-month mini OG resub. What's happening, Sylvaner? Welcome back. Yeah, looks like there's a few of you guys out there that have that feeling, right? I had that feeling too. And there was one moment, and even though I had a really cool job in music, and I was meeting these, I was doing these really cool things, despite all of that, I knew that there was something amiss. Something wasn't clicking in my life. And one day I was just watching, I was watching Yogscast. I was watching Simon and Duncan? And they were just Yogscasting around, doing something silly. And something in my brain just kicked in. I was like, you know what? I think I could do this. I mean, these guys are just like normal dudes like me. They live in England. They used to have jobs like I did. And one day they just decided to make videos on Minecraft. And wham bam, thank you ma'am, here they are. Yogscast started to blow up like something crazy back then, man. Remember also though, interestingly enough, back then YouTube wasn't monetized, right? Like not like it is today. Like you couldn't really make a living on Minecraft in the early days, or on YouTube anyway, because AdSense, or the advertising structure, wasn't in place yet. That infrastructure wasn't there yet. So a lot of the early adopters were doing it for more for art and for passion than for profit, right? They were doing something because it was amazing. They were making videos that were being watched by millions of people. And that's what the driving force of it was. And I think that's also why the early days of Minecraft on YouTube were so powerful, because the motivation behind the content was not profit, it was art. Anyway, that's a huge digression. One day I was just watching these guys and I just thought, man, I reckon I could do this. Like, if these guys can do this, I can do this. So that night after work, I went to Curry's, which is like a computer shop brand in England. And I bought all the equipment that I think that I would need. You know, I spent like my month's salary on like gear. I got like a microphone and a better computer. You know, I like upgraded my computer. I got more RAM. I got like a better graphics card. I just bought all the hardware that I thought I might need to be able to produce videos. Did a little bit of research at work, you know, how to make YouTube videos. But at the time, there was not very much literature, you know. Not like there is today. Like, if you guys really want to learn how to make YouTube videos, you could just learn it on YouTube. You could go to YouTube and type in how to make YouTube videos. And if you spent half a day learning how to make YouTube videos, you could make YouTube videos as good as any other producer. But back then, that sort of literature just wasn't out there. So it was a lot of like experimentation, spending time on forums and Reddit and stuff, trying to learn from some of the people that were making it already. I mean, Etho used to sometimes talk about like fraps and the stuff that he would use to produce videos in his content. So you would learn a bit from that. And yeah, you would just, you know, I would just go home after work. I used to live with a bunch of South African friends at the time. And when I started getting into the YouTube thing, I would just go home. You know, like you hear stories of people who were addicted to World of Warcraft. They would just like go home after work, play World of Warcraft until bedtime, go to sleep, rinse and repeat, and just never talk to any human beings again. That's what I was doing, but with YouTube videos, right? And like learning how to make YouTube videos. I just became completely obsessed with it. And at the time, YouTube was very, very different. You could only upload 10-minute videos if you weren't in the partner program. And the partner program, I can't even remember exactly what that meant, but it didn't really give you that many bonuses. You know, you could upload longer content, and you could change your channel banner. Like, you got a few different perks for being a partner, but it was nothing like it is today. And again, you know, so your motivation really was different. Your motivation was to make content that people would love. It almost felt like the radio show that I used to make with my little brother, right? Like, my brother and I made the radio shows not, you know, for profit, but to make ourselves laugh and to make our parents laugh. Like that's why we made those shows, right? Our motivation was very, I guess, wholesome. And I guess early days of YouTube was a little bit like that. The more I looked into it and the more that I started to experiment with video production, the more I realized that I had found my novel. I had found what I had spent my whole life looking for. I had found a medium for production that I could actually use, that I was interested in and excited about, because I've always been involved in tech and been interested in computers and so on. And YouTube video production was basically everything that I was as a person. And it was an opportunity for me to express myself artistically in a way that I'd been trying to do ever since I wrote that first terrible novel when I was a young teenager. And so, to answer the question in the end, Ren, what inspired you to make YouTube videos? Well, the easy answer is Etho. That's the easy answer. The long answer is it's just perfect for what I always wanted to do. You know, it just turned out being the thing that ticked all the boxes for my ambitions as a human being. So yeah, anyway, that's that was a long answer. But that answers MRP179's question on Discord that was posted on the 4th of February last year. I'm so sorry, MRP, that has taken this long to answer. But there you go. I gave you the extended version. Anyway, dudes, I have I've just been rambling on now, so I'm in autopilot right now, which is great. I hope everybody out there is doing well. Hope you're enjoying the show right now. And hi. Hey JT, what's up, dude? Pop back to reality for a second. If you guys have any questions that maybe you want to ask me in chat, hit me up with a Q and your question, and maybe we'll answer a few more questions here. We've got about 1,000 questions to get through from the Discord. I basically started a Discord thread saying ask Rendog anything to my community, and there's about 1,000 questions here. I thought this year on stream we could start working our way through some of those. Might be quite a cool little exercise. I think I messed this up, right? Yeah. Irish Cookie says, finally able to catch a stream. Nice one, Irish. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming and joining us here. We are hard at work building some scaffolding. And we are in autopilot right now. 50 says, Ren, why are you so cool? Dude, I'm the opposite of cool. I am definitely not cool. I'm a professional Minecraft player, man. There's nothing less cool than that, right? I'm cool in the nerdiest of ways. Put it that way. You're having an ice day in Texas? Wait a minute. Texas as in Cowboys, Texas, right? There's so much snow you've had to take an ice day? What? That's kind of weird. Well, that's pretty cool, I guess. Alright, so that's one side done. That didn't take too long, right? We just need to fill in the stuff now, I think. Yeah. Need to fill in these holes and whatnot. Cookie says, just got back to Wyoming after from 3 years in Europe. Nice, man. Did you like Europe? I love Europe. It's fantastic. You've got 2 days off of school so far in Texas? Nice. That is bonus, man. That's awesome. It's spring in Georgia. Nice. Can't wait for spring, man. I love spring. It's my favorite weather. Still a little bit chilly, you know, but nature is starting to come out. It's awesome. Alright, let's just fix this giant hole we yoinked. Alright, there we go. Looking good. We should probably sleep, though, because at this point, we are at risk of phantoms arriving. Let's sleep this night away real quick. Don't forget to light it up. No need to light it up. We're on a mushroom island. No hostile mobs spawn on a mushroom island, so that's one of the great things about building a base on a mushroom island. Like, if you just don't want to deal with mobs in your base, Mushroom Island is the biome for you. Alright, so next up, we'll start on this side now. And we probably want to do the same thing that we did on that side. And just level out exactly where we want to start working on the scaffolding so that we build it correctly. Because we kind of messed it up the last time, didn't we? So I think this is the bottom. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, wait a minute. No. There's way more bottom than that. Looks like this is the bottom here, right? This is the bottom level? Yeah. So let's just clear all of this out, and this way we're building the scaffolding perfectly. I don't mind wasting a few blocks here, it's fine. We're going to be making a TNT quarry for a deep slate. We're going to have so much deep slate we won't know what to do with it. Spiffy's working on a mushroom base right now. Nice, dude. Nice. Mushroom bases for life, babies. Halsey here with a first time chat. I wish they did another peaceful island type. Would love to build on one, but the brown just ain't for me. When you say the brown, what do you mean? Like this, the mycelium. Well, you know, the great thing about Minecraft is that you can just change the biome, right? I mean, you can just change the biome. Boop. I mean, for example, let me see if I've got our Season 7 world somewhere. Yeah, for example, boop. If we head back to a copy of Planet HC-7, this is exactly what we did in Season 7 of Minecraft, right? Of Hermitcraft, anyway. We didn't like the biome that our base was in, so we changed it. We changed the biome from jungle, and I think this was, what was this? This was like mesa biome. Yeah, this was a big mesa biome here. We changed it into our own custom biome, right? We just like transformed it. We turned the rivers into lava. We turned the block palette into black stone and black concrete. And this is what is awesome about Minecraft, is that, sure, the vanilla biome might not be to your taste, but just change it. You have the power to completely transform the world around you. And that is the greatest joy and the greatest magic that is Minecraft, and it is what makes Minecraft the greatest game ever created. Yeah, the place is very laggy. There's a lot of very janky redstone in the big Star Wars base, unfortunately. Were there things you wanted to do that you never got done because of Season 7 ending? Definitely. I wanted to finish our storage system, which is why we are focusing on the storage system for Season 9. I'm gonna build the storage system this time, and we're gonna use it. Really wanted to get that storage system done. And hopefully this time we can do it. I just heard a whole bunch of and that is the sound of a raid. Let's just get out of this hole over here real quick. And let me have a quick look who has been on the raiding. Oh, it's the chosen architect in the house. Hey, architect, what's happening, my friend? Thank you so much for that raid, man. I do appreciate that. And welcome to the architects. Is that what you guys are called? The archies? The texts? Whatever you are called. Welcome to Gigacorp Island here on the Hermitcraft server. Thank you, Chosen Architect. I appreciate that, dude. That's very kind of you, man. Welcome. We're currently working on our vanilla world. And we are just working on some scaffolding designs for our platforms. This base is a mushroom industrial island. On each of these platforms, we are building an industrial machine. This is a Giga Chopper. It's a TNT tree chopping machine. This is going to be an iron golem farm. This is a sapling generator. And we're going to be building a storage facility over here, an auto-sorting storage facility, and a bunch of other industrial builds out here. So this is our industrial zone on the Hermitcraft server. And at the moment, we're just working on some aesthetics and just chatting. So welcome to the texts. What has Chosen Architect been up to today, man? What have you guys been doing? Let's get some more of these down here, guys. We're making good progress, man. The pattern's in my brain right now, so... Oh, you've been doing some Vault Hunters. Very nice. Was there a new patch or something today? Awesome. Well, big love to the Vault Hunters community, and hope everything is going well over there on the Vault Hunters server. I know that Iskal's been working his butt off over these last couple of years, making Vault Hunters as awesome as it can possibly be. So, shout out to everybody there, man. Hope you guys are having a great time in the Vault Hunters world. Oh, it came out yesterday? Awesome. Well, from Vault Hunters to vanilla Minecraft. I can't promise you guys any awesome things on this channel. Nothing happens, you know. No explosions, no awesome things popping out of me, no epic, ridiculously amazing armor. Just good old-fashioned vanilla Minecraft. And sometimes vanilla is also a little bit calming, right? Nothing like a bit of vanilla Minecraft after an intense vault hunt, right? Just take it easy. Relax. Place some blocks the good old-fashioned way. But thank you very much, Chosen. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, we've just been chilling here on the Hermitcraft server, listening to some music. I've just been answering some questions from my community. About a year ago, I set up a question on my Discord for my fans to ask me any question they want. And on our streams, we're going to be working through those questions this year. There's about 1,000 questions on the thread, so we have got many questions to answer. We have just spent 25 minutes answering the question, Ren, what inspired you to make YouTube videos? The short answer, Etho. The long answer, you'll have to watch the VOD. Thank you very, very much, by the way, to Cezero, who gifted a sub to Chosen. Nice one. Thank you very much, Cezero. And welcome to the Gigacorp Corporation, Chosen Architect. Get your uniform on, put on your hard cap, and get to the construction line, please. We've got things to manufacture. PSG, 250 biddies. Thank you, dude. You are dearly remembered, and you are also a Vault Hunter. One-time Vault Hunter, always Vault Hunter. Why, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, man, I was only involved in one season, you know. I was hardly a part of the history. You guys have been killing it for years now, you know. Or was it? It was 2 seasons, I think. Good times, man. Good times. So yeah, we are answering questions, my friends. If anybody out there has any questions, we're doing some question time with rendogtv. We're just doing like pretty mundane, repetitive work here, right? So we're doing more of the sort of podcast vibe at the moment. If you have a question for me, hit me up in the chat with a capital Q before your question, and I'll try and answer it. If not, I'll just move through some of the questions over here that I've got from my community, because there are a lot to get through. In fact, why don't we move on to the second question that I've been asked here? Question. This one was from Miss Badger. What would you consider your favorite builds that you've ever made on the Hermitcraft server? Whew, man. That is a very big question. That is a very big question. Man, I'll tell you why. Check this out, dudes. I'm going to take us to a single-player world real quick. If I can remember which one. I think it's build so far. So, at one point, throughout a season, what I do is I kind of collect the builds that I make, right? And you can see this is like all Season 7 stuff, right? Out here. These are like the bobbleheads from the King storyline and the billboards and whatnot. And over here is like all of the different builds that I've made in Season 7 already. And like, I love all of them. And this is a smaller season of builds compared to other seasons. But these are all like really big builds already. Yeah, there's the creeper farm in the background and the archer champions over there. Even my little doghouse. And, you know, this is just like one season of builds. And, you know, the other seasons that I've been a part of in Hermitcraft have lasted so much longer than this one. And there's just so many builds. You know, I've been in Hermitcraft since Season 4. I still feel like I'm a new hermit, you know, that I've just recently joined the server. But the reality is that I'm actually like an OG hermit now, which is kind of insane. You know, I've been on Hermitcraft longer than more than half of Hermitcraft's existence, right? 5 out of the 9 years. So to pick a build, like from all the seasons, whew, man. That's going to be a tricky one. I'm going to give it a try, though. I'm going to give it a try, because there are some builds that I'm really, really proud of, that I really love. If I think back to... Let's do it season by season, okay? So, season 4... The Hermitron Hall. I was very, very proud of that. Not only because I thought the hall was really sweet. Basically, I made a mini game called Hermitron Go, which is basically like a Pokemon collectible experience on the Hermitcraft server. And it had like a hall where all the hermits went and built their own training hall, basically, for their Hermitrons. And it was really, really sweet. It was underground. It was super fancy. It was like, it was just really sweet. And it was also like a functioning minigame on the server that every single hermit played. And as it was my first season on the Hermitcraft server, I was just so proud that I created something that all of the hermits, even the OG hermits, you know, really enjoyed playing. And it was just, it was like a really big accomplishment for me as a new hermit, you know. Joining Hermitcraft was like one of the most amazing things, if not the most amazing thing that ever happened to me in my life. And at the time, I couldn't actually believe that it was happening. Because at the time I didn't really think that I was good enough, and even to this day I don't think that I was good enough at the time. But I think the hermits sort of gave me a chance, you know. They thought, okay, well, this guy's got potential, right? Let's just give him a shot. I mean, you know, I was using like the John Smith texture pack at the time for my own Minecraft videos, which was terrible. And you know, my content was, I don't know, was very shouty and unprofessional and stuff. So I don't know, it was kind of miraculous that I even got onto the server, to be honest with you. So making like such an awesome build in my first season and making it a functional build that all of the hermits really enjoyed also, that was like a very, very special build for me. I loved that build. Very, very proud of that one. There were lots of builds in season 4 that I also loved. But to be honest, I didn't finish most of them. So that was the only one that I actually finished. Most of my Season 4 builds remain unfinished on Planet HC-4. Season 5, I mean, I only really did one thing on Season 5, which was make a huge mega base called the Netherboard. I don't have a copy of the Season 5 world, unfortunately, so I can't show you that one. But I basically terraformed a mushroom island into a concrete island. Iskal and I did it together. We turned a mushroom island into a plastic fantastic world. Basically covered the entire island in concrete powder and then used concrete to make something that I called the Netherboard, which was basically a motherboard that was powered by the Nether. And it was made out of like black and orange concrete. And I tried to make, lots of different farms and stuff. And each farm looked like a computer component. So at the end, and they were all connected by like wires that were the pathways. It was a very like thematic build, and it all came together really, really nicely by the end of the season. And even though it wasn't 100% finished, it was the only base that I've ever gotten close to finishing properly in Hermitcraft. And I really loved it. It was super cool. In season 6, well, season 6 was a big season, not only for me but for Hermitcraft in general. Probably one of our most successful seasons ever. It's the season where Hermitcraft really started to take off. And of course, Grian joined us, and the server was inspired and transformed by the energy that Grian brought. And I did many, many wonderful builds in Season 6. Many builds that I'm super proud of. I think most of my proudest builds are from Season 6. Just to name a few, the dragon skeleton that I made at Tomato Yoshi's base. Amazing. I love that dragon skeleton. Mostly because I made that skeleton myself. I designed the entire thing. And the skull came out so awesome. I made this really awesome like 3D dragon skull that I actually didn't believe that I had the skill to make, and I spent many, many hours trying to chisel it and make it look awesome, and it just ended up being such an awesome build. When you look at the map of Season 6, you can see this massive dragon skeleton on the map, and it looks so awesome. Speedy Pine's Raceway from Season 6 is probably one of my proudest builds ever, and one of my favorite things that I ever made. I was so proud of that accomplishment of making this awesome racing game in Minecraft with redstone, like automatic redstone systems, and oh man, it was just so sweet. It felt like a race course from Mario Kart. It was a really awesome build that I was super proud of. To this day, one of my favorite things that I ever did. What else in Season 6, man? There was so much in Season 6. Tomato Yoshi's Dojo. It was super cool. I love that build. Also, very simple build, but you know, it had like sugarcane systems embedded within its aesthetics, and it just had a bunch of like really awesome vibes going. Lots of really cool things happening. And that was also a really, really sweet build that I loved. Geez, I can't even, like, there were so many that I'm sure I'm like missing some from Season 6 too that I've forgotten about. Oh yeah, the Hermit Railway network and the main station, like that whole project was awesome. The log shop that I made was super cool. I love that log shop also. Yeah, Season 6 is a tough one to choose favorites. There was a lot of good stuff in that season. Season 7, well, the Valley Atachi Ren, of course. Really loved that base. Probably my favorite base that I've ever made in Minecraft. And the season kind of ended just... I needed a little bit more time to finish it off. I didn't quite finish the base. It was almost there. But there was still a little bit more that I wanted to do. But it ended up being really awesome. It was the first base that I created that really fell into the storyline that I was trying to create in the season, right? And my plan for the season was that at the end of the season, I would create like a movie out of the whole season. And for that, of course, I needed like a grand finale set, right? I needed like a final set where the climax of my movie would take place. And so the entire season was about building the Valley Atachi Ren to be a movie set for my movie. That was its entire purpose. So it was a pretty insane project that I planned out years before, and you know, worked really hard to sort of bring it to life and bring it to fruition on the server. And I was super proud of that also. Season 8, lots of amazing things in Season 8 also. You know, working with Doc and all of the Hermatrix stuff. You know, I got a lot of help in Season 8 from my incredible build team from the GigaCorp build division, and they helped me out with a lot of the builds. And you know, I can't take credit for those builds, of course. You know, I helped out with the conceptualization of them, and you know, worked with the build team to bring them to life. But ultimately, it was Old Man and his team that brought a lot of those amazing builds for us to life in Minecraft. Probably my favorite one was Power Node 1, which was the massive sort of lightning antenna that, you know, took a huge, you know, in one of the videos, like a lightning storm like smashed into the top of it to power up the axolotl that was like in the top of it. And that was actually a concept that I drew in MS Paint. I drew Power Node 1 in MS Paint, and I sent it to Old Man. I was like, dude, do you think we could make this? And Old Man was like, what is this? And I was like, dude, it's Power Node 1, obviously. And he was like, okay. And then, you know, we worked on that design, and it just turned out amazing. It just turned out so sweet. I love that. I love Power Node 1. The Octagon, of course, was incredible. What an awesome build. But again, you know, that design work, a lot of that was done by my design division, my builders division of GigaCorp. So I can't really take much credit for that, you know. And yeah, I guess in Season 9, I mean, we haven't really done that much building yet in Season 9, right? Like, I haven't actually... Most of the building has been out here. I would say probably my proudest build from Season 9 is... It's either the Giga Chopper or the Creeper Farm, because both of these are my own redstone design, or should I say Renstone. Renstone. It ain't pretty, but it works. And I'm always excited about creating redstone machines that actually work, even though they might not be like super efficient. Creating them myself gives me a lot of satisfaction, right? And this, of course, is the Giga Chopper. It is a 16-cell tree chopper that drops TNT down the center of trees, and then collects all the logs and the saplings and sorts them automatically into a collection area. So pretty insane Giga Chopper. Can absolutely tear through trees like nobody's business. It's amazing. And of course we have a quad cell creeper spawner. Of course, I didn't design the creeper spawner. This is a NEM-bomb creeper spawner, but, you know, turning it into a quad cell creeper spawner with a delivery chute that pushes the creepers all the way up into like a processing facility at the top where they get cooked alive on soul campfires and whatnot. You know, that's where the Rendog comes in. And yeah, I'm just really proud of this build. I think it looks super awesome. I also like really love the King's Vault from the King storyline. I think that turned out real good, and very, very proud of the King's Labyrinth. Not specifically for the build itself, but more for the collaboration between myself and all of the knights of the square table that built all of those incredible mini games in the King's Labyrinth. You know, Cleo, Joe, and everybody else, and Cub, and you know, B-Dubs and Grian, and oh man, we just all came together and created something kind of special there. You know, that was a highlight for me in my Hermitcraft career, was seeing that event, you know, happen. And, you know, we recorded that event in real time, right? Like, you know, I planned out that entire, like, labyrinth. We didn't rehearse it. There's no rehearsals in Hermitcraft. Like, when you set up a server event like that, you just invite the hermits to come, and you have to make sure that everything is set up for them, right? They, you know, you don't want to, like, tell the hermits what to do, because then you kind of lose the natural feeling of it, right? You want, like, the hermits to have a natural reaction to an event like that, so you don't want to, like, tell them what's going to happen. But that means you have to get the whole sequence and the entire event to function perfectly without, you know, testing it first, basically. And, you know, that requires, like, an insane amount of planning and testing off camera. And you know, the King's Labyrinth minigame went about as smoothly as I could ever have imagined. You know, it just went so awesomely, and it was such a spectacle. And that was a very proud moment for me to see myself and my fellow hermits pull off like such a crazy endeavor, and see, you know, all the hermits getting involved and having a good time. That was a really awesome project. When I lost the crown as king, were you angry or sad? A bit of both. I was kind of relieved, if I'm honest, because I did desperately want to start getting back to my Gigacorp stuff. You know, I wanted to get back to my own stuff. I was really enjoying the king stuff too, though. You know, I was loving it, man. I was loving being the king and all of the shenanigans. But at the same time, I was kind of like missing Rosie and missing my own plans for Season 9. You know, our Season 9 has been a very lore-driven Season 9, or that's the way it started anyway, with like a really epic animation to start things, and there's a storyline going. We have a Rosie, the character, and Admiral and Darion, and the Gigaverse, and all of this stuff. And, you know, Hermitcraft is like an unscripted thing, so you don't actually know what's coming. And, you know, the King storyline arrived, and then Empires arrived, and, you know, we sort of put our own stuff to the side for a little bit. Which is awesome, because I enjoyed and loved doing all the other stuff too. But at the end of the day, hermits are hermits, right? And we also have our own plans and our own things that we want to do. So also nice to get back to your own stuff eventually. But so yeah, it was kind of like a, you know, it was a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B. But yeah, I'm very pleased to be back on the island though, and you know, hopefully we can make contact with Rosie again soon. I do worry about her. Yo Mama Claire, 3-month resub in the house. Hi Ren, double XE face. Thank you very much, Yo Mama. Welcome back. And Anonymous here with a gifted sub also to Jay Harris. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you. Moosey is here with a 14 months in a row. Thank you, Moosey. And guys, wow, so much support tonight, guys. You pushed us over 650 subscribers tonight, everybody. We are ending January on 650 subscribers. That is really amazing. Our monthly goal is 750, but you know what? 100 below is actually not that bad. We've pretty much hit our goal for this month. And thank you very much. I mean, we've only been streaming for half the month anyway, so I couldn't expect to hit the goal anyway. But the fact that we got so very close to it, guys, thank you. And a special big thank you to all of the sub-bombers out there who've been helping us keep the lights on in Gigacorp. Do you have any favorite live series seasons? Well, you know, I think I'm going to be biased on this one. Of course, Season 1 with the Red King is always going to be my favorite. You know, I met a new friend and someone who I really respect and who I think is a fantastic human being and an amazing content creator, and that is, of course, Martin, the Hand of the King. And, of course, you know, all the other amazing people, too, in the live series. Managed to meet some really, really incredible people, that, you know, outside of Hermitcraft, so to speak. And it was really fantastic being in that group. And, you know, it's such a different vibe and a different style and everything. It's awesome. And you know, the fact that the Red King storyline was like such a big part of that season and, you know, almost kind of defined the climax of the season too. You know, Martin and I worked really hard together to bring the Red King story to life in a very visceral way. And I think it all came out really, really great in that season. So, loved that season, man. It was awesome. Loved all the seasons, though, man. The last season with Big B, oh, man. Love me some Big B. That was so awesome hanging out with him. Another amazing human being. Just like one of the most beautiful, genuine human beings that I've ever met. Such an awesome person, and had such a great time with him also. So, yeah, you know, can't complain about any of the seasons, really. Man, we are on like serious autopilot vibes here, aren't we, guys? Jeez, I feel like I haven't actually thought about placing a block now for about an hour. We have just been ripping through this, which is great. Also, nice to see that we probably don't have too much work to do on this side because a lot of this is actually covered up. Actually, I'm tempted to not even bother making the lower versions, right? I think we can just work on the upper bits here. Yeah, we don't actually have to go below here. Should be easy enough to just work from the ground up, I think. Let's see. Speaking of OGs in the house, my friends, one of the big OGs has arrived, man. OG in the house. Briggs Smack is here. Hey, Briggs, what's happening, my friend? 56 months in a row. Pretty sure you've been around for longer than that, though, right, Briggs? Wow, it's been a long time, Rain. Hope you had a great vacation. It really has, my friend. It really has. It was a fantastic vacation. Very, very awesome. But also, I've messed this up completely already, haven't I? Jeez. Very glad to be back in the grind, though. I have missed just playing Minecraft and making videos, so happy to be back. We got to do it this way. I was so used to beginning each segment the way that I just begun it, right? That my brain was just malfunctioning there. This doesn't have any of this, though. Like so. Okay, so we're moving from here outwards. This is how it's supposed to be. Alright, we're back on track, people. I'm messing up my build. Yep, I am. Sorry. I've been talking too much, I think. Anyway, dudes, I don't even know what question I just answered, but I hope that answered the question. I think I did answer a question. I can't remember what the question was. What was my favorite build? Oh, yes, that was from Miss Badger on Discord. What would you consider your favorite build that you've ever made on the Hermitcraft server? Well, to answer that question shortly, I don't think I can choose a favorite build. There's too many awesome builds. So I've listed all of my favorite builds. You'll have to watch the VOD for that, though. All right, let's see if I can do this properly this time, right? So we start in the middle. And we move out. So we might as well just finish all of these pillars then. I think we might be able to finish this module in today's stream, guys, which is pretty exciting. It's not often that we actually achieve goals in our streams, is it? It's our streams are usually just filled with derp. Which is also fine, but nice to actually complete a project every now and then. Question here from Vegeta. Do you prefer more of the lore content or more non-lore content? Asking because a lot of storylines start with you, like the King storyline, her Matrix, etc. Yeah. Yeah, it does feel that way, right? Sometimes it does feel like I'm the lore guy on Hermitcraft. Personally, I prefer the... Okay, I got to answer this question from two different angles. Number one, from the content producer side, and number two, from the like the artistic side of things. I do prefer lore content as a content producer. Sorry, from an artistic perspective, because it scratches that itch that I was talking about a little bit earlier on. You know, ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to make art, right? I tried to learn how to draw and paint, failed. Tried to learn how to write, failed. I've tried all of these artistic endeavors throughout my life, and creating lore and story and art out of Minecraft Minecraft is the only medium that I've ever found that I can actually create stuff out of my brain. So I love that. I love the fact that I can actually create like mini movies, right? Which is something, you know, I always wanted to create something like that in my life. From a content producer side of things, the lore stuff is really, really taxing and difficult to make. It takes so much longer to produce and requires a lot more hours, brain power, grind, dedication. You know, like it's so much more difficult. It's 3 times more difficult. I can't even like quantify it. It's to make like a full lore episode, you know, can sometimes take weeks. You know, I think the finale video for season 7, I think that video took me 2 or 3 weeks to produce. Right? That's a lot of time on one video, right? A lot. And I don't particularly mind doing it because, well, I don't enjoy like the editing grind and stuff that much, you know? Like after 20, 30 hours of editing one episode, you've had enough, right? Like you're done. But when you have to do another 20 to 30 hours, it really does start to get tedious, you know? Like it starts to catch up with you after a while. But, you know, getting to the end product is why you do it. It's also not really that good from my channel's perspective, right? Because YouTube has changed quite a bit over the last few years. I think back in season 7, that was kind of the golden age of YouTube loring, so to speak. You could, if you were a content creator on YouTube, you could take your time to produce like a top quality video on YouTube and not be punished for it, right? But today, the YouTube of today is very different. If your channel is not consistently producing content, producing shorts, bringing in viewers, bringing in subs, and so on, you start to lose favor on the platform. And so the days of being able to create lore content is kind of coming to an end, I think, or at least until if YouTube ever switches back to pushing, you know, more artistic content rather than like pushing quality over quantity, right? At the moment, we're in the quantity over quality era, simply because YouTube is really trying hard to push shorts. You know, they want to compete with TikTok and probably just take TikTok over in the West. And to do that, they need us to create an insane amount of content and quickly, right? And so everything's changed a little bit. Everything is a lot more aggressive now. You know, partly, and I guess this is, you know, just for your guys' ears because you're on stream with me now. But one of the reasons we've quote unquote lost Rosie is because I do need to take a little bit of time to regenerate my channel a little bit, right? Like my channel isn't doing so well at the moment, and that's because of a lack of consistency. Couple of reasons, you know, I've had a rough couple of years, these last couple of years, but also because I have been spending a lot of time on my videos, and thus my channel has not really been that consistent. Instead of 1 or 2 videos a week, you know, my video release schedule is very, very sporadic. And when you're, you know, if your channel does that for a very, very long time, YouTube isn't like, the algorithm isn't a human being, right? The algorithm doesn't know that you're uploading videos because you are taking time to make good videos. The algorithm just sees a channel that doesn't have that many videos anymore, and so to it looks like the channel might be slowing down, and maybe the channel shouldn't be pushed out as much anymore, right? This is all just speculation, by the way, but I think you can see it in the numbers, right? If you just examine the numbers of the channel, and you know, you can see the fluctuations in views and subscribers and whatnot. So the artist in me just wants to make lore content, right? The artist in me just wants to do gigapod stuff and make make movies, you know, make spaceships fly around in space and do all of that amazing stuff. But the adult in me also knows that I got to pay the bills, that I got to make payments on my car, that I need to make sure that one day I have a pension, right? I need to make sure that, you know, I've got a little bit of savings in case something goes wrong. I also have to be an adult about it, because this is my work, right? This is my job. So I can't just do whatever I want, because that's just not how the world works. Nobody gets to just do whatever they want in the world, unless, of course, they, you know, have, you know, a lot of money in the bank. Then that's great. Then you can do whatever you want, and it's awesome. But for the majority of us on this planet, we can't do whatever we want, and sometimes we just have to do what, you know, sometimes you just have to do what you don't want to do, because that's just life, man. That's just how it is. So, for me, for the start of this year, my goal is to regenerate my YouTube channel, and to get a lot more consistent here on Twitch with you guys, and to basically undo some of the damage that has happened to my channel over the last few years. And, you know, there's no one to blame for that. It's just a combination of an unlucky situation in real life, and a combination of a changing landscape on YouTube. But, you know, if you want to survive, and if we want to keep on doing this, we have to adapt, and we have to change. And even though we might not like the new YouTube and the new shorts and the new things, if we want Hermitcraft to be a part of all of our lives for the foreseeable future, it's up to us hermits to make sure that we keep up with what's going on the platforms, right? It's not your guys' responsibility to keep Hermitcraft alive. It's our responsibility to make sure that we don't get left behind. And yeah, I hope that answers your question, man. The Rendog's heart wants to make lore. Rendog's brain knows that we can't always make lore. YouTube's expectations are no longer fulfillable by single-person creators sustainably. It needs channels with teams behind them. I would agree with that. I think that's a really good assessment of YouTube. You know, last year I assembled the Gigacorp division, and of course I have some wonderful, wonderful, amazing people that help me with my builds and with my redstone and with ideas and whatnot. And without them, you know, I wouldn't be able to produce as much content on YouTube as I need to. And I think that's probably true for most big Minecraft channels now. I think most of us have help in some way or another, whether it's through our community or through like an actual team. You know, YouTube has become a lot less what we were talking about earlier, right? Like how YouTube used to be a lot more like 10-year-olds recording a radio show in their room on a cassette player. That's what YouTube used to be, right? And now it's become much more of a channel, right? It's almost like a TV channel. It's become a lot more professional and a lot more polished. And that's just the way it is, man. I mostly, and you know what's interesting? I was talking to Doc about this the other day. I don't really blame YouTube for becoming polished and becoming like, and forcing all of us to become more polished and more Hollywood. I blame us. That's the interesting thing. I think the creators of YouTube, we, and perhaps unknowingly, forced ourselves into overproduction and into Hollywood mode. And the reason we did that is because we are competing with each other, right? And when you compete with somebody, every video you make has to be A, better than the last video you made, and B, better than the video that your competitor made, right? So it is a perpetual, never-ending arms race that slowly but surely pushes content toward what we think needs to be perfection. You know, the heart of YouTube was always that YouTube is not television. YouTube is everyday people making videos, right? That's what made YouTube so huge and so popular. And you know, we've lost that, haven't we? Like we're kind of going in the complete opposite direction of that. And it's very interesting to me. I don't, and like I say, I don't blame the viewer, and I don't blame YouTube. I blame us, the creators. We have arms raced ourselves into an unsustainable existence on YouTube, where we have to grind infinitely just to make a buck, just to make enough to keep the lights on, you know? It's pretty nuts, man. It's pretty nuts. I mean, you can kind of see it in the evolution of Minecraft content, right? That's the interesting thing. Like, if you think back to Minecraft from the 2012 days on YouTube, it was literally guys getting onto their computer, recording for 20 minutes, no cuts. Maybe, you know, if you were Etho or Doc, like you were professional, so you would have 1 or 2 cuts, right? But most of the big Minecrafters on YouTube were just playing the game for 20 minutes, and you guys, the viewer was basically vicariously playing with them, right? Chilling with them in their room and just playing together. What have I done wrong here? Look at Minecraft content today, right? Time lapses of builds that took months to make, right? People making Winterfell or whatever, like terraforming, you know, a 2000 by 2000 biome over the course of 6 months and time-lapsing it into 1 minute. But, you know, that's the arms race, right? Because those creators think, oh, well, the viewer doesn't want to just watch me build this thing over the course of many months. They want to see it instantly, so I have to make a time-lapse of this now. Like, I have to do this in one video, right? And maybe I'll get 200,000 or 300,000 views, which I can tell you is not really gonna set you up for a pension or pay for your kids' education or, you know, do any of that, you know, like reap you any real long-term financial rewards. But I think, like I said, it's our fault, man. It's our fault. It's our fault as creators thinking that that's what you guys want to see. I don't even think that is what you guys want to see. And the reason that I've been thinking about this quite a lot, the reason is, and we spoke about this last stream too, the reason I think that perhaps it's not the right way to make content, the model being the mega project in one episode model, right? Like doing something mega in one episode. The reason I don't think it's good is because I'm going to compare it to music. Because what you're doing, when you put a mega project into one episode, so say, for example, you build something that takes you 2 weeks to build, but you put it in one episode, right? So you do a time lapse and you do like very long cuts, you know, so you'll do 8 hours of progress and then a cut, or a cut and then 8 hours of progress and then a cut and then 8 hours of progress, you know, that sort of build, right? The Hermitcraft model, right? By the way, don't get me wrong. I think the reason that Hermitcraft is so popular and is so important to Minecraft is that we do these crazy things. And I think it's important that we continue to do that. But I think maybe we've gone too far. into the crazy. Because what we're doing, if we think about it from a music perspective, think about like a classical song, right? A classical music song that has like a build-up, like a long build-up, like a 5, 6 to 10 minute build-up that crescendos into this massive climax of drums and horns and violins and choirs, and by the end of the song you're left breathless, right? Like you're just blown away. Or like a progressive metal song that takes forever to build up and comes crashing down and smashes the soul out of your butt, you know? Like that crescendo into climax, into relief, right? That is what art is. That is what that when you make that, that's when you evoke emotion in your audience. When you take your audience through a crescendo into a climax and into a release. I know this sounds super dodgy, but I'm being serious now, all right? I'm not joking now. This is what I think we have lost. Because now we just go straight into the climax, straight into the drop, right, of the song. You know, like without any of the build-up, without any of that. We're just straight into the boom. Straight into the explosion without any of the rest. So if you don't have the build-up, you haven't like prepared your audience for that moment of satisfaction when your project completes. And you and your audience can go like, that was an insane grind. That took us months to do. I can't believe it. That was so awesome. Remember when this happened? Remember when that happened? I can't believe we finally finished this thing. It is so awesome. Okay, what's next, right? We've lost that. That got lost somewhere along the line. And I think, this is just my opinion, I think we might be doing damage to ourselves by doing this. I think the audience is gonna look for that experience elsewhere, because we're not giving it to them at the moment. When I say we, you know, I'm not throwing everybody into that circle. You know, I'm pretty much talking about me. And you know, I don't know if any of the other hermits do this. I'm not gonna say that they are doing this, but I know that I certainly have fallen into that trap, and I've fallen into this trap where I believe that my audience just wants to see mega progress every episode now, and the build-up is no longer important. And this year I'm going to change that, man. This year I want to go back to that build-up with you guys, into that climax and into that relief. That model of music that has worked for centuries, and that makes every single one of us love something like a beautiful piece of music that is written in a way that evokes emotion in us, right? I want to get back to that. It's really hard, though, to undo the habits of many, many years of the arms race. The arms race habits go deep, and it's difficult to undo that stuff, right? But I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. For example, today, I built this thing, and we're going to be using this thing to deliver villagers into an iron farm from above. I'm going to make an iron farm here. And there was a moment, as I finished this, that I thought, this is not enough for an episode. I need to build the first part of the iron farm. Now, this is a ridiculous... You know, I then went for a walk with Obi, and I just took a breath, and I just thought to myself, Ren, you're being ridiculous. This took me, you know, an hour or so to do this nonsense. This is a super impressive little bit of work that we did here. I made the video like really interesting and funny with the villagers shooting up this chute. And this is enough for an episode. You don't need more than this, because what this does is it sets up the next episode, right? Now we got the villagers up to the top. Now you as a viewer, you're excited. You want to see what comes next. This is just the first movement in the crescendo. The next movement is we're getting we need to get the villagers down from there. We need to get zombies into this thing also. There's so many parts of the crescendo that we're going to go through together. And I need to get to the point where as a creator, I can say, this is enough for an episode. We don't need more than this for this project. It's hard though. It's really, really hard. Because, you know, my mindset is so fixated in the overproduction model at the moment, where I must make this thing. I must make the time lapse. It must be epic. the thumbnail must have a huge build in it. You know, all of those things that we've fallen into as content creators now. Anyway, that's a lot of rambling. And I think that's enough of that, I would say. We finished it. We finished the scaffolding. Amazing. Good stuff, guys. I still need to get the lanterns on top of these things, though. I'm not sure if I have enough lanterns for this, though. I think I've got lanterns in here somewhere. Let's do that, and then I think we'll call it a day. Is Tango still streaming? If so, we can pop over there for a raid. Tango raided us last stream, so we can raid him back today. Oh, he is still streaming. Okay, so maybe we'll raid him in a second. Let's get some lanterns on there, though. There we go. A stack of lanterns is enough, I think. A spectacle is what you're talking about. Exactly. But I think that instead of the spectacle being every episode, the spectacle needs to be like every 5th episode. Like Naruto, right? You need to build up over episodes, not over minutes. The build-up needs to be over episodes, not over minutes. That's the lesson that I'm taking out of today's stream. I'm basically just been talking to myself today, guys. I messed it up. Uh-oh. Really? Where? Probably on this side, right? On the last side. I think all the others are done correctly. Did I mess it up at the end here? These? Oh, we still need to add the walls here, though, don't we? Hold on. Yeah, we still need to add walls. Okay, tell you what, we can do that because we can go around the whole thing and check for errors. The last batch. This batch? This all looks good. Oh, on the other side. Okay, we'll get there. Let's get the walls, the final wall bits added here. It will be very, very satisfying going to sleep knowing that we completed this, right, guys? This is what I'm talking about, man. This is the satisfaction that I want to give my audience in my videos from now on. Let's get back to the build-up, climax, and release, friends. Let's get back to that model. I think that's where the goodness is, man. That's where the beauty is. All of these mega projects and stuff, they've been fun, but time to get back to the good stuff, I say. Man, these walls are huge here. Did I... wait, did I miss the bits here? Oh, wait, it was around the corner, wasn't it? I really like the scaffolding design, by the way, and I believe we made this on stream together. Last year, we designed this together. It's pretty cool. It's what I love about streaming, you know? You guys and we kind of make history together over time, you know? It's so cool. It's not something that happens on YouTube. It's like a unique thing to streaming. Nice. Is this where the errors are? So yeah, guys, super excited about the emotes that we're gonna make, the new emotes. I told you about that at the beginning of the stream. Very, very excited about it, and well, hopefully we can find some great artists that will help us out with bringing that to life. And let's. Oh, here we go. This is where the boo boo was, right? Ooh, these are all boo boos. All of this is wrong. Yeah, I pushed it up by 1 block, right? Oh, it hurts. It hurts. It really does hurt. Thing is, though, guys, it is 10:30 at night. It is bedtime for me, man. This is too much work to undo. It's gonna take me too long. Let's fix this in the next stream, I would say, guys. Yeah. At least I know where the problem is, though. Hup. Yeah, this is a tomorrow problem, Summer, exactly. Maddie Bob, thank you for the biddies, my friend. I loved your original single-player series because it was about your journey in that world. I loved your caving and storytelling episodes. Thank you, Maddie. Yeah, those are good days, man. Briggs here with the biddies. While big builds are cool, I would rather just hang out and hear some good stories. Yes, indeed. Those were we're going to try to get back to those days, I think. Real guy here with the biddies. Also, have a snack for Obi. Thank you very much, Real guy. Appreciate it, dude. Callum is here with a brand new subscriber. Also, thank you, Callum. And Nova's here with the 5-month resub. Guys, thank you so very much for all of the support tonight. That is going to put an end to the month of January. And we've had a few streams this month already, and it's been fantastic. I've been loving it, man. Really have been enjoying streaming with you guys this year. And I can't wait to get back at it once again. Probably see you again on Friday. I'm going to send you over to Tango, who I think is probably working on Decked Out as usual. And let me just find his channel here. A big shout out, of course, to the wonderful, wonderful moderators on the stream. And over the course of the next few streams, guys, we need to figure out some nomenclature for Gigacorp, right? Get our emotes done and figure out what you guys are called in the Gigacorp Corporation. Directors, factory workers, we need to figure it all out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Big loves to everybody, man. And we got the scaffolding done. That is what I call satisfying. We set a task at the beginning. We haven't quite... Oh, you know... Oh, wait. Wait. It's not goodbye yet, guys. We're not going to bed without the last lanterns being put on. There's no ways we can go to sleep with these lanterns not on. Hold on, we're almost there. That's a little bit too much OCD for me, man. You know, not completed scaffoldings built incorrectly and not lights. No, too much. Yeah, we're going to raid Tango in a second. You can pop over there now if you want. There we go. Okay, awesome. Guys, thanks for coming, man. We'll see you again in a couple of days, all right? Thank you so much again for all of the support. And thank you all for helping me to continue to do what I love doing, and that is entertaining you. We see you again real soon, guys. Thank you very much for coming. Bye.